It is match day 10 of the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. The Colombo Lions are up against the Delhi Devils. Both teams are playing for pride as they aim to notch their first points. The Colombo Lions have played 4 games with no wins to show. Their batsmen have failed to put up big scores or chase down totals. Delhi Devils have been on the brink of victory a few times. The Devils would expect their first victory of their campaign. It's the fight between the bottom 2 teams as they line up for yet another clash of the legends at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. It is the Legends Cricket Trophy and match number 18 coming up. Colombo Lions versus the Delhi Devils. And don't forget, there's another game on, Dubai Giants. They're playing the Rajasthan Kings. That's later. But for the moment, we are all focused on that first game, Colombo Lions versus Delhi Devils. Now, don't forget, these 2 teams are at the bottom. They have no claim at all for the final. Delhi Devils have a slightly better run rate. Colombo Lions have struggled, but they got something to salvage here. They're playing against each other, the wooden spoonies. And let's see. Now, don't forget, this is match number 18. The surfaces are pretty tired. So let's take a close look as to how it will play today. Let's join HT Ackerman.
So over the last couple of weeks since this competition started, we've been out here in the middle trying to find little things that might help the bowlers, and it's been extremely difficult. It really has. It's been good batting surfaces. If anything, maybe there's been a bit of variable pace in the pitch. Today we're on a completely new one. We're on pitch number 6, and again this looks a little bit patchy. There is some grass on it, but it's very dry. I talk about the patchiness. There's some dark ones, there's some light ones, so maybe yet again there'll be some variable pace in the pitch, but not too much. The average first innings score here in the day game is 151. In the night game, it's a little bit lower, but let's understand that's just the average score. If you want to win these games and you bat first, you probably need around about 160 plus. All the teams are going to have to take their net run rates into consideration, because I have a sneaky feeling that that's going to decide our 2 finalists. From a bowling perspective, how do you try and keep them quiet? The length is what's really important here. You can't afford for batters to just stand and hit you down the ground. You need them to either come down the pitch or play back in the crease. If they can just stand, hit you down the ground, or swing away to the leg side, you're going to come in for an awful pasting. But still, this is another one that's going to suit the batters.
Right, so a good pitch for the batters. So let's see what the captains would do. Alan Wilkins is out there with the 2 captains. He's also got the match referee.
It's another blazing hot day here in Pallekele, so we're going to get on with the toss now with the man in the blazer, Brendan Kurupu, former Sri Lanka top order bat, made a double century on his test debut against New Zealand, so we're in good company. From the Delhi Daredevils, the skipper is Callum Ferguson from Australia, and from Afghanistan, captain of the Colombo Lions, Asghar Afghan, former captain of his country. Asghar, you've got the coin?
Tails.
Tails is the call from Callum. Tails has won it.
Yeah, we'll have a bat.
Okay, you're going to have a bat? Come in here. Are we going to do this together? Yeah. Why not? Come on, let's do it together. You know, well, why not? So, Callum, you're going to have a bat first. What's the reason for that? You can tell Asghar as well.
Yeah, why not? Look, it looks a pretty good wicket. We think it's hot today and it's pretty dry, so maybe it'll dry out as the night goes or the day goes, and we'll back ourselves to put a score on the board and maybe put a bit of pressure on. And
in that decision, do you think sometimes of the bowlers and the fielders keep them out of the sun for a bit as well, or not?
When you get to our age, you do, definitely, I reckon. But yeah, it looks a little bit, I'd say, patchier than some of the other wickets, so that's part of the reason.
Okay, so you're going to bowl first. How do you feel about that, Asghar?
The weather is too much hot. Honestly, if I won the toss, I would bat first, but it's part of the game because looking is really pretty good. So we try our best to restrict the 130, 140 because later on maybe the wicket is more good.
Yeah, both you teams, you've got to get a win today because it's been a tough tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. You try our best. We play good cricket. If we play good cricket, then obviously we will win the game.
Is there any surprise in your team? Can you surprise us with anyone who's come into the side today or not?
Honestly, I don't know the names. Today's Rose Terrace and the rest. That's why we give opportunity for the young guys.
As long as you're playing, that's the important thing. You're not going to bowl today, though, are you?
No.
Right. Okay. I was going to say. Callum, any big surprises for us today in the Devils?
No, obviously with Raina being out of the side, that's a big loss for us. But we've got a lot of young players that are getting an opportunity, so that's going to be really exciting to see. We'll see probably Ishan Malhotra go to the top of the order, which will be an interesting one for everyone. So hopefully he can get us off to a good start.
And what number are you going to bat?
I'll be at 3.
Okay. And you're
Maybe 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know.
Okay.
We see the situation.
the battle of the skippers. Thanks, fellas. Thanks for your time. Callum Ferguson from the Delhi Devils has won the toss, and he's going to have a big bat.
Right, very interesting. Well, Ask Afghan doesn't seem to know anything. He's not sure where he's going to bat. Let's take a look at the two teams. 2 changes each. I got John Kent with me.
Absolutely, Ashraful comes into the side as well as Mirandu further down the order. So obviously a couple of changes. Naturally, when they haven't won a game, they've had to ring the changes. Ferguson, Van Wyk, big players for him, as well as Taylor in that batting lineup. Men Gupta and Chowdhury have come into their side, but they just haven't really put together a real good innings or phases of play. They haven't, either side, been able to put it together.
Yeah, interesting inclusions in the Colombo Lions as the umpires come out. Mohammad Ashraful and Tilan Tushara Mirando. Mohammad Ashraful played for Bangladesh, and Tilan Tushara, left-handed all-rounder, played for Sri Lanka. And well, they are a very interesting inclusion, considering that the Colombo Lions are struggling. They're at the bottom. Their run rate is bad in terms of the lower scores. They figure there, so they haven't really had the best of the outings in this tournament, in the Legends Cricket Trophy.
Yeah, I do think the side in picture haven't played the best cricket. The Devils, however, have got close to a couple of wins along the way. There were some narrow losses in their last couple of games where I thought they should have got over the line, and they just got pipped right at the end of the game. And the opening pair, it's been a bit unfortunate the last couple of games. Morne van Wyk with a couple of poor LBW decisions gone against him. So Bestie gets stuck in and makes a score of substance today. So these two teams fighting to not get the wooden spoon, as you've already mentioned. There's the skipper, and it's vitally important they get off on the front foot here, both sides.
Yeah, it's a big game, no doubt. Our umpires today, Pradeep Udavatta and Kirti Bandara, the on-field umpires. They're all very experienced first-class umpires. Chamara Soisa, he's the TV umpire. Match referee is the former Sri Lanka international Brendan Kurupu. What a cricketer he was. Had a record, scoring a double 100 on his debut, and was on the field for all 5 days because he was keeping wickets. Hey, what about him? Morne van Wyk and his opening partner.
I think Van Wyk got a few poor LBW decisions in the last 2 games, so he'll be wanting to make it count. Malhotra, he's at the top of the order. That's the change they've mentioned. He's batted down the order in previous games, so they are hopeful that he comes off at the top of the order. And it's interesting who they're going to utilize here. Managed to get some lovely away swing in the last game. And they seem to be decent. Pace comes from a nice height as well. Upadhyay, he is taking that new ball very importantly. Doesn't look to appear to be any slips in position. They've got 4 in the ring on the offside. Third man and fine leg are the boundary riders to start this match.
So Krishnakant Upadhyay will open the bowling for Colombo Lions, because Delhi Devils elected to bat first. Who's keeping wickets? Bendunk? Bendunk is the keeper, right? Bendunk is the keeper. So Bendunk is the wicket keeper. 1 week.
Play.
Van Wyk, he's the batter on strike. Upadhyay starts off with a gentle outswinger to Van Wyk. So Malhotra opening the batting with Van Wyk for the Delhi Devils. Obviously depleted without Suresh Raina, but still a pretty decent looking side. But Colombo Lions have been struggling a lot. They had some names, they've been in and out, some new players coming in. I'm excited to see Mohammad Ashraful. Well, what a player he was. I mean, he hasn't really delivered on his promise, but when he's on song, he's such a wonderful player to watch.
When you see players who haven't played for a while, you wonder how they walk in and how they go. But just confirmation how far behind the Lions are in comparison to even the Devils in terms of performances. They've been beaten very convincingly in all of their games.
See, Suresh Raina was the standout performer for Delhi Devils, the way he batted. Now, there are a couple of runs here. He was outstanding the other day, and that is going to be a massive loss. And that's a big hole to try and fill for the Devils.
They've got Ferguson, who's been in the runs. He started getting some runs together, as well as Brendan Taylor's played a few cameos. But this man here in screen, he comes off, and that man in screen comes off. They're going to be in a really good position today.
This is good. That was just floated up by Upadhyay, and that's a boundary. Nicely played by Van Wyk.
He's quite distinctive open blade that he plays with. He's very good on the offside, cuts extremely well as well, and this time not afraid to go over the top early doors. He's had a look at a couple of drives into the cover region, and this time confident enough to follow through with a stroke.
Well, he was batting outside the crease. Now, the reason is Upadhyay is pretty gentle in his pace. He's looking to swing. So, Van Wyk is looking to come down the pitch. There you are. You could see that's exactly what he does. He's coming forward and he's making his pace and getting close to the ball. And then the execution.
Van Wyk, high scoring this day T20 players in South Africa's history, domestic cricket. Got a small opportunity for the national team, not much because he was a keeper. The likes of De Villiers, etc., kept him out that side, but he has been at the top of the pile in South Africa for many, many years.
Oh, nicely worked behind square. That's 4 more runs. 14 runs off it. 14 without loss. So we got 2 changes each. Colombo Lions, as I said, Ashraful and Thilan Tushara Mirando. For the Delhi Devils, they got Praveen Gupta and Nagendra Chowdhury coming into the side. There were 3 fours in that last over.
The last one was interesting. That was the first. Got on bended knee, helped it round the corner. And the last one, too short, really sat up and asked to be punished. Front leg was up in the ring, so he beat him either side. Beat his left hand on the first and beat him on the right hand for the second boundary. Wonderful start, 14 off the first.
Really good start. It's important that the openers really set the tone for a team. They go out there, they look aggressive, they look to take on the bowling. Now, Freilink, on the other hand, his economy is very good. Just 2 wickets, but in 5 games, an economy of under 7. I think that will be a leg by. In fact, they're thinking of a second run, but there was no second. So starts off Van Wyk again, very gentle in pace. We've seen some really quick pace from Tino Best. We've seen Shukla bowl quickly, but the rest of the bowlers have been gentle. They've looked to swing the ball, looked to seam it.
It's pretty tough also going if you haven't got pace on your side at this age and this stage of your career. You've got to rely on a lot of skill change-ups.
That's for over cover. See, we were talking about the lack of pace. Now, in a contest like this, I think the batter is at a distinct advantage. Against extra pace, yes, but this pace, they'll enjoy it even at this stage.
Now, these two played with each other the last couple of years at the Dolphins in South Africa. Freilink, an all-rounder, obviously. Van Wyk captained the Dolphins side as well. through all the formats, so they'll know each other extremely well. So this should be an interesting tussle between these two.
Now what they've done is they've moved that third fielder to deep cover. And they're having a man at square leg, mid-off, mid-on, inside the circle. That's a single. That's gentle again. That should be cut off. There is a man on the boundary at deep cover. That is Malinda Pushpakumara. Another very experienced campaigner. Malinda Pushpakumara is tons and tons of wickets in domestic cricket.
Malhotra just carving one. I wasn't far away from that cover fielder in the ring, that last delivery. Malhotra, first time reminder at the top of the order in this tournament. They've had to try some changes. They've needed it. Refresh it.
One week on strike. I like the way he's looking to make pace for himself. Need to take a look at how he gets into position, how he looks to come down the pitch. Just the lack of pace of Frylink. Just look at how far down he comes.
Fielder, I'll tell you what, he didn't move much there, if anything. Frylink just asking the fielder if he doesn't mind throwing himself around a little bit.
That's the captain, Asghar Afghan. I tell you what, they just got 2 games left. They have nothing really to look forward to in this tournament. So they'll be a little bit concerned, I'm sure. They'll give their best with the bat and ball in hand, but I've always thought that throwing themselves around, there'll be second thoughts. A single to end the over. It's 26 without loss after 12 balls.
Thank you.
So 2 sides fighting it out for the bottom position, and then you look for the next game. Giants taking on the Kings. That's going to be a great encounter. That one's on 8 points, one's on 6 points, and that's their last game for both of those teams. Winning that can really push them through, catapult them into the final. I think of the Giants, they win that, they are definitely in the final on 10 points.
Yeah, and then the second position obviously will be to a large extent decided in case points are tied. Because there are a few more games to be played, then the run rates can be very, very crucial here. Namal Haq. Inamul Haq. He's got a deep mid wicket on the boundary. He's got a long on out. The rest of the fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Doesn't really spin the ball or turn the ball much. Tends to fire it in. What was he doing? It was going down the leg side. I think the sweep was a better option.
With his field set, he has to bowl into the pads. He can't give him any width outside off stump, so he prepared for the shot quite early. He did quite well to hit it from how wide it was.
Just a bit of turn, but the previous one, I think the option to sweep was better because there were 2 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. That was 4, and he got it into the gap. Oh, that's a wide. He was thinking about a reverse. It's a wide and 4 by, so it's actually 5 here.
Oh, that was a lot like the first delivery from Vaki. Was shaping up for that reverse sweep again. But he's bowling it so wide. He's saying if he plays it reverse, what happens to the wide line? You know, does it open up to him being a left-hander? That's the question he's asking.
Inamul Haq is looking to fire the ball in. He really is not a big turner of the ball, but he tends to drift it into the right-hander. So if he gets it off line, now that's a better option. That is a better option in terms of the length. It's outside the off stump, so he could go with the reverse, though there wasn't really much behind it. Now what about these, John? This is right behind us in Kandy, in and around Kandy, the Mahavali River, the mountains. These are beautiful parts of Sri Lanka. Down the wicket he comes, and this is a big hit. One bounce for 4. That was tossed up in Amul. And well, Malhotra needed no second invitation.
No.
He was using his feet earlier. He really threw it up so wide and so slow. We just mentioned the field is all up on the offside, so giving any width is a no-no. And it's a good shot. It's his first boundary for Malhotra.
I thought that was an ordinary delivery. He just looped it up. There's no fielders behind. Wide again. Turning out to be a very expensive over at the moment. He's conceded 11 runs. He's still got to bowl 2 more deliveries. See the previous ball, he just threw it up, tossed it up with no cover on the boundary. The next one fired down the leg side. Straight to the man at mid-off this time. He was looking for that gap between mid-off and extra cover. So we got the last ball coming up. Didn't time it. Gets a single, but still a big over. 12 runs off it. 18 balls done, 38 without loss.
Left arm round the left arm round the
Yeah, this is a good start by the Van Wyk Malhotra partnership. The Devils batting first. Callum Ferguson, the skipper. No Suresh Raina in the side today, as we have a lovely look there at the Mahavali River. Pushpa Kumara, the left arm spinner from Sri Lanka. Kosala Suresh Chandra alongside, former off spinner, first class off spinner.
Yeah, good afternoon, Alan. But this man, he's got tons of wickets in domestic, and this is not something new to him. He bowls in the power plays in domestic.
It's a very hot afternoon today. Not much of a breeze. I certainly didn't feel it down there at the toss. And that's when Callum Ferguson said, well, we'll have a bat first. I do like the way that Van Wyk has gone about his business here. 25 from 13. On strike now. That is a big hit off the back foot for 6.
Poor length from Pushpa Kumara. And there you go. Van Wyk, he rocks back on that crease. Then he's got a lot of power to punch it.
Good pace.
Look at Van Wyk, just teasing. Good energy out there with the Lions. Both these teams looking for their first win, and the Lions especially. Well, both these teams can have a bearing on on the event of the top of the table. Tomorrow, they each play again tomorrow.
Very good, good, good. Excellent. Finish well, buddy, finish well.
And tonight we have the Dubai Giants against Rajasthan Kings. Doubleheader again today. Oh, that's a bad ball. And it deserved to be punished. 4 it is. 49 for no wicket from 4. Delhi Devils with Van Beek and a new man at the top of the order, Ishan Malhotra, Ferguson, Brendan Taylor, Amitoz Singh. And looks like we're going to see, are we going to see a change of bowling? I think Inamul Haq had the last over from the grandstand end. This was a really poor delivery. Look at that. How do you bowl that? Almost a waist height, full toss, outside leg stump. That ticks about 3 of the worst boxes of the lot, and it deserved to go.
Poor way to finish off. There you go, that's the signal for the second power play. It's still at Tushara Miranda.
Right, tell us something about Tilan Miranda.
Yeah, he's Tilina Tushara Miranda. He played for Sri Lanka in T20Is and ODIs. He was a white ball cricketer, explosive batter. That's lower in the middle order.
Good shape. He's got the ball to swing. You're always in business when you're a left arm pace bowler if you can swing the ball back into the pads, and that's what Tushara is doing.
You'll be the best man to say that, Alan. You might have done that many, many times in your career.
Well, what it does, it induces doubt. You see, that's pitched on, it's done too much. It's gone late as well. So it's beaten the bat. He needs to just move over 6 or 7 inches off stump. This time it doesn't swing.
Tilina Tushara Miranda is another bowler who has that grunt at the moment of delivery. He comes out with that grunt when he delivers.
Take it back.
That's a wide. No, so Tilan Miranda Tushara, 10 test matches, picked up 28 wickets in 10 test matches. He played 38 one-day internationals, picked up 50 wickets, and he's also been in the blue shirt with 6 T20 internationals, picked up 7 wickets. So 54 caps for his country in the 3 formats. Tilan Miranda Tushara, left arm pace. Oh, see, he's just dropping that front shoulder a bit, and when you drop that front shoulder you pull away and your head goes down to one side, so he's dropping it down the leg side.
52 for none. The Devils, they decided to bat. They're looking for a decent total here.
I should imagine in its day this was a very good action. I like the run up, and the load up is nice, but you can see it's just his head has just gone a little bit too early there. When you pull away, he's pulled away at 45 degrees off the pitch. If he came down the pitch a little bit, the ball would go in the area he wanted. Oh my goodness, that's a good ball. That is a very decent delivery. Deserves something more.
So that's what Alan was referring to. You need to keep those shoulders proper. This one is a beauty. And that's a line that he should be, maybe, if it came in back a little bit. Yeah.
Very nice. Proper line through to Ben Dunk, the keeper. He's only gone for 4, a couple of wides. Come on, close the over off. Now, close it down. Well bowled. Well bowled. That's a good over to start from Thisara. It's 54 for no wicket, 5 gone.
Bringing the ball back in. Why bring fine leg up? Why not third man? I don't know. He's your captain. Of course I'm captain. That's a good point.
So Delhi Devils, 54 from 30 balls. They elected to bat first. And we're going to see more left arm spin. Van Wyck's got a very good start, 36 from 20 deliveries. Down the wicket he comes and goes over. Fryling at long off, and that's a clean hit from Moni Van Wyk.
Malhotra, he's looked pretty good since he's been promoted up the order.
That's it.
Here he goes again. It's 6 more.
Boss.
This is good. This is good. Back-to-back sixers. Imran Haq has been taken on here, and he's not afraid to come down the track with the left-armer bowling. This is good clean hitting. Good clean hitting. So he's moved to 19 now of 12. He's just joined the party.
Well, it's going well, and I like the way he's come down the pitch to Haq.
Down he comes again, but this time Haq saw him coming. He fired it into his pads. He's got 5 men outside, a deep square, deep mid wicket, long on, a long off, and a sweeper cover. Down he comes again, but again that angle from Haq not allowing room for Malhotra. So it's been a good comeback from the left armer after going for 2 sixes. And again,
Thank you.
Malhotra coming down.
Well, it's cautionary, isn't it, from Inamul Haq. He just doesn't want to be hit again, so he's not prepared to toss it up outside off stump. He's going to fire it in. He had enough of that. 2 successive sixes.
Oh, that'll be a wide. So he'll have to re-bowl that. Haq is into his second over. He's been expensive. He's gone for 27 already.
Always well bowled.
Finishes off with a dot ball. It's the end of 36 balls. It's 69 for none. The 6th over has been the best so far for the Devils. They started off well with a over of 15, but they've gone at a good rate here. This has been their best score in the power play. This has been their best opening partnership. So A lot of things to talk about for Delhi.
Well, that's what Callum Ferguson wanted to do, was to put a score on the board and defend it. This is the Pakistani Rana Naeem, who's new to the tournament. I think he's had just the one game. Just the one game. He looked pretty useful.
Starts off with a wide, but I'm quite surprised, Alan, because he's got most of his fielders on the offside. He's got a mid-off, extra cover point, super cover, and a deep third, and he goes leg side.
Yeah, with this field, 3 saving the 1 on the offside. Yeah, his line's got to be outside off stump. His action suggests in swing.
2 is the call, and they will get it. A lot of work for the fielder.
So this is the 6th bowler we've seen used by Callum Ferguson. See how Van Beek has scurried down for the first, and he wanted the second for the strike. 6th bowler in 6 overs. And another wide.
.73. This has been a good opening stand. They've shuffled their openers, and it's worked so far for them. They have some decent batters to come. This time they'll run with the shot, and they'll come back for 2. This is poor cricket on the part of the what were they doing?
Well, he sold him an absolute dummy there. Malinda Pushpakumara ran over the ball, dummy to stop it. Right, this is the overthrow. Not sure who that was, but here, have a look at Pushpakumara here. He lets it go. There's a hospital pass.
Oh, this is well done again. Malhotra. He saw that the mid-off was in the circle, and he was not afraid to go over, and he gets another boundary.
Nothing more than a truncated off drive. Yeah, he knows he's got the elevation because that mid-off is inside the circle, so it's almost a free hit. It's almost like a net practice, that was. So now the skipper, Asghar Afghan, puts a long off.
Oh, this is again, but this time he'll only get a single.
Great job, great job.
Malhotra has moved on to 25 now of 18 deliveries. He's trying to catch up with Van Wyk. He's on 41 of 22. His partnership's 81 now.
Yeah, 81 from 47, and that's a good rate of knots. Laying the platform for a charge later on. This is typical Van Beek, striking at 188. And the other thing he's doing here, he's taking singles, quick singles, so fielders have to be on their toes here. So they're not just belting the ball. Van Beek, 6 4s and a 6, and Malhotra 2 4s and 2 6s, but they're taking these singles quickly as well. So everyone's a little bit on edge out there for the Lions.
A little bit of change of pace, but they'll still manage a single. 83 for none at the end of the 42nd ball.
Well, all 10 wickets still in hand here. Where was this form in the early part of the competition? Van Wyk comes back for the second. That's good running.
Tell you, Van Wyk has been running a lot of quick singles, a couple of twos, and he's probably one of the fittest players out here, I would think. In this competition, plays a bit of hockey as well in his retirement.
That's out of town. That is out of town, and that is the highest opening partnership in the tournament, and it comes from the team languishing at the bottom of the table.
Turning it on today, a lot of smiles, haven't been many in the series. Lobbed up, slow through the air, push Pakumara. He's going to have to hit that hard length you spoke about the pitch earlier, H. Cannot bowl in that slot, and the player can just stand and whack it. He came down to touch the wicket, but just a bit too slow through the air.
Yeah, both the left arm spinners have tended to give it a little bit too much air. Slightly flatter.
Good ball. Good, good.
Goes again, same result. This one's hit even further.
Looped again, and that looped its way well over Jesse Ryder at long off. That is even big, as you say, just too slow, nothing really on it. If you come down the wicket, you can meet him halfway and hit it out the ground, and he's just done just that. So 2 sixes in the over, 14 off it already. He's in big trouble here, Push Pakumara.
Well, if I was one of the fans who are scattered around this ground, I would make my way to long on or long off, because there's an opportunity for a catch there, and you can win some cash.
Catch it!
And out, well held by Ryder. That's a very good catch at long off.
So Push Pakumara has the last laugh, the last delivery. He's done the trick, so he lobbed it up. He thought, well, I've been hit twice already, let's have another go. And held out there, and Jesse Ryder taking the catch. He's gone the distance, but he's got the wicket. Good innings from Malhotra, back at the top of the order. 40 of 25, Devils 97 for 1. So it's that time of the innings where they take the strategic timeout.
Well, lovely start here by the Devils. 97, that opening partnership. Malhotra looking to find a big one down the ground yet again. He had already hit 2 in the over, and this was a good catch by Jesse Ryder.
Bowler just bowled it from a bit further back on the crease, so a bit of variation, but he's looped it very slow. And that didn't work for him early on in the over, but it did it in the end. Jesse Ryder hurt his finger. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's in a bit of pain as he took that catch. So Ferguson at the crease, good strike rate. A decent series from him. Just took a little bit of time to get going in this tournament, and for his side as well as many others, it's a bit too late.
Morne van Wyk has played the paddles and the reverse paddles while Malhotra went down the ground. That's what he plays so well, Morne van Wyk. I mean, that is such a clean sweep there.
100 up with that stroke. He's so good at that shot. He gets his foot outside the line of off stump and just uses it, uses the wrists and a bit of pace as well. And unfortunately, just keeps curling away from the fielder. So might have to think about changing this field set here. Fine leg up is proving tough to bowl to. Maybe have the deep square leg back, fine leg back, and bring up mid-on possibly, or anyone else really, and just try to take a bit of pace off. That seems a lot better.
He wants to. Ferguson will send him back. Yeah, you look at these two sides and you think, well, you know, why have they done poorly? Why do they sit at the foot of the table? Well, I think, to be fair, if your top three are not performing, it's always a struggle. You're always behind the 8 ball in these very short formats, and Van Wyk he hasn't had the tournament that he would have wanted. This is the type of form that he can produce. And we know for the Lions, Ben Dunk did well at the top of the order, but others haven't. Oh, now they run 2.
Brother, stay in the ring.
They're running them ragged out there. The Lions, they in the field looking a bit lethargic, a little bit slow. You can understand that. They've been on and off the field the last 10 days almost, slugging it out, and some of the bodies just getting a little bit weary at this stage of the competition.
So the captain, Asghar Afghan, who was on the deep mid-wicket boundary, has now changed personnel. He goes to cover.
Wait on.
That's him.
Following, mate. It's following you, bro. Following you.
One of the batsmen being a bit cheeky and saying the ball seems to be following you at the moment, skipper.
Helped round the corner. We might just have to have a little look upstairs there. That right foot of his got awfully close to the boundary.
It's been hit to fine leg and long leg quite a lot. He's bowling short, and Ferguson dealt with it pretty easily. Rolling the wrist, right foot. Yep, that should be 4.
A little lazy. A little lazy. The awareness not quite there. So the right foot does graze the boundary rope, and that will be 4. $11 off the over, 1 ball remains. So an appeal from Upadhyay, but Dunk's not interested, and so Ferguson will survive. End of 54 balls, 108 for 1.
You did your job well, huh?
108 for 1. Everyone expensive ball to Shara, who's bowled just the 1 over. Dylan.
Sorry, I didn't know what you gave that. I was asking about the left arm. Oh, right.
White ball.
A wide given as Naeem returns into the attack. Naeem from Pakistan. This is his second over. Upadhyay's bowled 2, Freiling's bowled 1, Inamal Haq 2, Pushpak Amara 2. Haq and Pushpak Amara have been expensive with their left arm spin, and they really bowled the ball with a great deal of flight.
Good man.
That's what you go do. Try and hit off stump, hit a good length, be pretty patient. This drone takes us around for some more beautiful images of the surrounding areas around the ground and Kandy as well. Oh, lush. And fishing there.
Well done, huh? Nice name.
Average first innings score day games 151, but that's just the average. That doesn't necessarily mean that you defend that. There's not many scores that have been of that size that have been defended. You need 160 plus here. Van Dijk's after the half century. He's moving to within 1.
Currently on target to get 177. 13 and over from here gets them to 184, and that'll be a score. The highest is 190 in this tournament.
No, that's a long wide, a big wide. I think anything over the 160 mark would be very, very defendable here against the Lions batting lineup. It's only Dunk that's shown any sort of form. I mean, they do have some wonderful names within their side. You think of Jesse Ryder, Robbie Freiling, Asghar Afghan, but no one's really fired other than Dunk, the keeper.
Good.
So Morne van Wyk now sits on 49, 1 away from a half century, and it doesn't matter that these players are long retired. It still matters to perform. They'll want to feel that their selection within their team was justified, being brought over here, flown over here as a legend. They'll want to feel as though they belong. And Van Wyk moves to 50.
Right, Robbie. Good man. Well done, mate.
Round of applause. It's been a wonderful knock. 28 balls has taken him to get to that half century. Absolutely brilliant today. He set the tone early on. 3 boundaries off the first over. Set them on their way. And he hasn't looked back. 7 fours and 1 6.
Right, so that's the end of the 10th over. 60 deliveries, 115 for 1. A good innings that's been put together here by the Devils. First with Malhotra, now with Van Wyk. But for the Lions, 14 wides. That's a problem. That's a lot of wides. Granted, some of those ran away for 4. Still too many. Robbie Fryling has already bowled 6 deliveries, went for 11. Likes to vary his pace. Bowls cutters, off cutters, slow ball bounces. Only going to get a single. He absolutely batted that. It's been a good innings from Morne van Wyk, his half century. He started off well, and then Malhotra took over, and then he just guided his way to a half century. It's a good bit of fielding in the deep here. Deserved to get hit for 4.
He absolutely latched onto the shot. Ferguson, he had a pull shot a couple overs ago, similar, but that one he really met it. A full blade, well, just in front of square. Fryling under pressure once again. Boundary off the second ball. There's big gaps on the onside here. He's bowling fairly short, digging the ball into the wicket. Doesn't seem to be the way to go about it. Morne van Wyk has started well. The very first over, 3 boundaries it was. Got inventive over extra cover, a lap. And just helped one around the corner, so he's hit the ball well on both sides of the wicket. He really has latched onto anything slightly loose. Inventive. That is one of the strokes he's enjoyed. There it is again. He looks like he got some bat or glove on that, and it's 4. There was an appeal from the keeper. I thought he hit that. Okay.
So leg bars given here. It's a real strength of his, though, getting onto bended knee. Does look as though that's come straight off the middle of the bat. Yep, he indicates to the umpire, look, I hit it. Robbed of a boundary, Morne van Wyk.
And they finally are going to make a change. We talked about it earlier, about having the deep square leg and the fine leg back, because Van Wyk just seems to beat that short fine leg time and time again. So the problem is they've got to bring someone up, and that fielder is going to be the cover fielder, left off screen. So the third man up, point, cover, extra cover, all in the ring.
Now Fryling can't give any sort of width. He needs to be straight at the stumps. That's just helped on its way and away for 4. So we got the line right, but the length was all wrong.
That's been the biggest problem, just the length. He's dragged the ball down often. Having a look at the previous one where he just helped it round the corner for 4. And now this shot, he swivels so quickly. Great positioning. The power he got from that shot was quite something. So that's 3 4s in the over now.
He's always been a very good cross-bat player, Morne van Wyk. 11 overs gone, 66 deliveries, 130 for 1.
we've been entertained today by Moni van Wyk. Callum Ferguson hasn't really got going yet. I think he's been quite prepared for Moni van Wyk to take the bowling, but this is a little partnership now which has flourished to the point of 33 from 20. So 24 balls to go, 4 overs to go, 130 for 1. That's foundation for a good score here for the Delhi Devils. Here's Haq, third over.
It's surprised that Tilan Tushar has bowled just a solitary over for 4 runs. I would have thought they would have utilized him a little bit more, but who knows, he might come on at the other end because there are still 3 overs left. But Delhi Devils, they have reserved this day, which is turning out to be one of their best batting outings. Pretty late in the tournament though, Wilco.
Yeah, it is, and they'll regret that. Callum Ferguson began the tournament with a very fluid 50. Moni van Wyk has been short of runs, and he's showing now what they've missed. Bowled it nice and slow.
Yeah, what Huck is trying to do is looking to bowl it a little bit slower, so he's getting some turn off the surface. That was slower. He's imparting some spin, and it is responding.
Unlucky, mate.
Yeah, that's 4. Nice paddle. Fine, so it beats that deep backward square.
Enamul Huq just going down the leg side that time with square leg, not behind, but more or less in line with the stump, so it became easy. Now he's been moved a little bit squarer, and that short fine leg gets a bit finer.
Get there, Huggy. Oh, buddy.
He's done that well today. Moni van Wyk has just hit the boundaries and then interspersed the boundaries with singles, just to keep that scoreboard ticking over and keeps fielders on their toes.
Time for Ferguson. 1 ball left in the over.
Thank you, we're ball.
72 balls gone, 136 for 1. 18 to go.
Over. Huh?
The Delhi Devils support and the leaders and the owners, and they're sitting in the blazing sun, and they're enjoying the sun of Pallakele. Meanwhile, we are going to see Upadhyay, Krishna Kant Upadhyay. Well, he's just 136 for 1, 18 balls to go, 3 overs to go. 6 bowlers used. Tushar, yeah, you're right. Unless he's got some kind of injury, but he doesn't look it. He's only conceded 4 from the 1 over he's had.
His main role is his main function as a cricketer. He's a fast bowler. He bowls left arm seam, and then he also adds with his batting.
Shot. Good shot. This time it's Callum Ferguson. Over-pitched and just put away.
Little chip over mid-off inside the circle. Upadhyay's lengths have been poor. Now you can't afford to bowl that length with mid-off inside the circle here. Now he's pushing the mid-off down to the boundary. He's bringing mid-wicket, but it's a case of locking the stable's door after the horses have bolted.
Slower. They'll take the single though. They might even get... no, they won't. Bit of a misfield, but Nauros Mangal, the fielder.
See, unless you're going to bowl that length and line where the batter would be looking to try and deflect it behind the wicket. But if you're going to pitch it up, You can't afford to have mid-off inside the circle, particularly considering that Upadhyay is gentle as a seamer. And even deliveries that are back of a length can be hit over mid-off.
It was so slow, that delivery. He just waited for it and literally watched it on the middle of the bat disappear over square.
Did I see him trying to bowl a slow leg break or pace off? Let's see. Yeah, he was trying to bowl a leg spin. And I think it went horribly wrong. Look at how short it is and too slow. Van Wyk is batting so well that he's seeing the ball well. So that became so easy.
Didn't really see the merit in Upadhyay trying that. You know, and what they're doing now, they're putting a fielder wherever the ball goes, they're putting a fielder there. Full toss, outside leg stump, and somehow it ends up at short third.
He's starting to toy with the bowling. He's just knocking it into gaps. He's getting some really friendly deliveries. They're enjoying themselves. And why not? For the first time in this tournament, in the Legends Cricket Trophy, the Delhi batters have come to the party.
It's been hit well by Ferguson. It's only one though.
I think Ferguson is doing the right thing. He's just rotating the strike. He just wants Van Wyk on strike. 68 of 39. He's hit 9 fours, 2 sixers. Good strike rate. Just under 175.
It's a bad ball, isn't it? That's just an absolute gift. I don't know when Van Wyk's birthday is, but that's an early present. It's the end of the over. 153 for 1.
Right, the buildings are getting bigger for the Delhi Devils. That last building was pretty big, 17 runs. Just take a look at this last delivery. That was a gentle full toss. Just couldn't believe it. Just look at this release, just tossed up. Gentle full toss. As you said, his birthday has come early.
Well, if it was meant to be an ultra slow delivery, it certainly was, but it was pretty poorly disguised. So not the best from Upadhyay, I'm afraid.
He's just got his length totally wrong.
And he's got his head wrong. Maybe it's too hot out there. Now the partnership 56. 12 balls to go. Ferguson on strike. He's the captain, acting captain, and it's Tushara. Ooh. Oh, Freiling. Go on, Rob. Oh, he's taken half the boundary with him. They'll probably want to have a look at that.
Good effort. Tilan Tushara, or Tilina Tushara, I beg your pardon, is somebody who skids on a little bit. Slinging action that hurried the batter. Went off an under edge. It's this bit that the umpire will be interested. I think that's 4. I feel his body was touching the boundary as he went for the dive. Let's see. Let's see. No. Oh, well, he seemed to have done well. He seemed to have really done well.
I honestly don't know how you can tell from this angle. I think he might have done well here, you know.
I'm just looking at the boundary. I'm just looking to see if that's moving. At the point he's making contact with the ball. That's my only clue.
So at last, 4 it is. Good effort by Freiling though. This should be 4. 4 through extra.
I don't think Malinda Pushpakumara saw it, because he started very, very late. Wasn't too wide from him either. That was a wide half volley, but Pushpakumara started off very slow. Maybe he saw it, he sighted it late, and he's nowhere in the frame. They are going at 12 plus and over. 80 balls bowled, 161 for 1. What a performance by the Delhi Devil batters.
It's a bad ball. It's down the leg side. The umpire hasn't given a wide though, so it might have brushed the pad.
Yeah, the bowler was excited. He straight away cried out to the keeper to catch it. Let's see, where was it brushing? Base off. I think it was an edge, wasn't it?
No, I'm not sure. I think it was on that big thigh pad.
I think the Colombo Lions have struggled on the field yet again. The fielding hasn't looked sharp at all. They've moved rather slowly. They haven't attacked the bowling, or the ball rather. What the Delhi Devils have done is they have capitalized on this opportunity.
It's powerful. And it's only 1 though.
One.
12 bowled. What a good hit. Callum Ferguson, as clean as you like. 169 for 1 from 84, 1 over to go, and that's Delhi's top score in the tournament. Six balls to go. Reminder, it's 15 overs per innings, 90 balls. It's not T20, which is a little kinder on the feet and on the legs for these players who've played a lot of cricket and now in the, well, I could say the autumn of their career, or maybe the winter of their career. A couple of seasons back. So we're into the last 6 balls now. Van Veek on strike, 73. That was a great hit from Callum Ferguson. Overpitched and dealt with. Could be 4 more. It is.
Well, it's a little bit too easy. But having said that, I think the tournament schedule also is pretty punishing if you're a player, because you've got to play continuously. You play double headers, and players are expected to play almost every day. There were teams that played for consecutive days, 3 consecutive days. There were also teams that played 4 days on the trot. So that's not easy. So unless you carry a large number in your squad, that is asking for a lot. That's pretty demanding. And also don't forget, these are very hot conditions. They're humid, they're pretty hot, so it takes a lot out of a player.
Yeah, it does, and it is hot, and this has been a really superb effort by Van Veek and Ferguson. They put on 77 in 40. 174 for 1. Hello. That has been belted again, Ferguson. And he's really hammering home his advantage now at the end here. 39 from 19, striking at 205.
Moved towards the off and then took it from the off stump. There was so much of power that the long on fielder hardly moved or couldn't move. He made an effort, but it was gone. Well, he shows his displeasure, but then there's nothing you could do.
Fetches this, and it's 1 bounce 4. This is an expensive last over. 4-1-4-4.
Already 24s and 7 sixes in the Delhi Devils innings of 182 for 1. They're still left with 2 more deliveries. Callum Ferguson enjoying himself. Leg flourish for him. Came in, settled in. Now he's moving even quicker than Van Wyk, 43 of 20.
It's all going one way. Just a single, but that brings Van Wyk in on strike with a ball to go.
At one stage I thought that Van Wyk will look for 100, at least he'll get close to, but then with Ferguson starting to fire, he started missing out on the strike. But still, I think Delhi Devils have done extremely well with a run rate of over 12 runs to the over.
Oh dear, is that the best of them? Goodness me. That's a great hit from Morne van Wyk to finish the innings. Van Wyk 84 not out, Callum Ferguson 44 not out, and the Delhi Devils finish 189 for 1. That is the highest, the second highest tournament total. Look at this, that's a great shot from Morne van Wyk.
What a way to finish the innings. Well, he goes into the 80s, 84, 44, the second highest, and just 1 wicket lost in 90 balls. And that's the least conceded as a batting unit in terms of wickets.
And that last over went for 20. It went for 20. Who's down there? Who's down there? Who's there? So Morne van Wyk walks off 84 not out. 189 for 1. Let's go downstairs and join Ayushi.
Well, that is a really big score, and I'm here joined by Ishan Malhotra for his great knock of 40 over 25. We saw a lot of huge sixes as well. Was it coming on to the bat nicely? How were the pitch and conditions for you?
When I went to bat, I just wanted to see the few balls and then go with my shots. That's what my plan is. Yeah.
Okay, and also we saw the longest opening partnership here as well. What was the mindset?
So when me and Van Wyk decided that if we're going to hang in there, we're going to get to the longest partnership. That's what we decided. Yeah.
Right. Also, score looks good to me.
Yeah,
but
it's the highest total.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you are playing for the pride today.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think this is a good total to defend?
Finally, we got some happy faces in the dugout after fourth game. So hopefully we're going to win this.
Also, what have you learned as a team about your strengths and weaknesses and about this new format of 90 balls?
Yeah, I mean to say, when you batting, you need to, when you get a good start, you should take forward. You should not get out early. That's what I learned in this format. If you get in there, you should finish it up. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So 189 for 1. Delhi Devils, they've saved their best to last. Morne van Wyk 84 not out from 44. And Callum Ferguson 44 from 21. And Ishan Malhotra, he played well for his 40. Yeah, the bowlers struggled today. Just that 1 wicket, Pushpa Kumara. Everyone else came in for a bit of punishment. Just look at that second column from the right, the economy rate there, 14, 11, 11, 12, 10 and 13. No one was spared. So 189 on the board for the loss of only 1 wicket. The Colombo Lions, they're going to have to go some here. 190 is their target from 90 balls. We'll see their reply shortly.
Well, the Devils, they've had their struggles over the course of this tournament, but not today. Morne van Wyk unbeaten on 84 of just 44 deliveries. Him and his opening partner Malhotra were superb up front before Malhotra was dismissed. And the captain for today, Callum Ferguson, the South Australian, played beautifully as well for his unbeaten 44. It's a big total, 189.
So they started off with a bang, and it was Van Wyk who started making a move on in the very first over, and then Malhotra joined the fun. And this is again Van Wyk who were very severe on anything that was loose. They were not afraid to come down the track, both the opponents. This is Malhotra with back-to-back sixes against Animal, then taking on the left armer Pushkumara. Malhotra was very severe at the start. And then it's a very good catch by Jesse Ryder. It went very fast to him, but then Van Wyk kept things going and getting the bowlers to all parts of the ground.
It was a struggle for the bowlers, the Lions bowlers, but not for Morne van Wyk. So good square of the wicket on the offside and the leg side. He happy to sweep and reverse sweep. And like most South Africans and Australians, so good on the short ball. But his partner Ferguson also played a hand. Plays some very conventional shots through the offside, through the extra cover in particular, but is also happy to clear that left leg and go towards mid-wicket. The bowling left a lot to be desired, to be honest. The two left-arm spinners, they just tossed it up there and said, hit me. And the seamers as well, no, not much great pace, also went the distance. This is going to take some catching. 190 is what's needed for victory here. It's the second highest total, just one behind what the Dubai Giants managed to achieve against the Kandy Sump Army.
Yeah, this is the Lions bowling card. Nothing much to speak about. Just a solitary wicket for Pushkumara, but look at that. Everybody going beyond 10 runs and over.
So, when we return, the Colombo Lions will be desperate to register their first win. They're going to need 190 runs from their allocated 90 balls. We'll see the chase on the other side of this. Welcome back to the Palakele International Cricket Stadium for match 18, the bottom of the table clash here between the Colombo Lions and the Delhi Devils. The Devils played really well, 189 for one. They were in their 90 balls. Plenty of support for Van Wyk. Malhotra's 40, Ferguson's 44, but Morne van Wyk's 84 off 44 deliveries was quite the entertaining knock.
So this is a fantastic knock from Monimavek. From ball number 1, he was on the go and he came with a mission here today. He missed out on the previous games, but today he was pretty severe, especially on the left armers. That shot indicated that he had a lot of confidence and he went on to make a brilliant half century.
Yeah, just too little too late really for the Delhi Devils. The bowlers, they went around the park, and the pick of them really, Tashara, going at 10s, and that just shows you the beating that they took today with ball in hand.
They need 190 from 90 balls, the Colombo Lions. It's going to take a lot of good batting from one of the guys who will need to make a big score. And looking at the game so far, the batting is not really clear. Now, this man on screen is playing for the first time in this tournament. He's Mohammad Ashraful. His T20 career. He's got a decent strike rate.
His partner will be Ben Dunk, the Australian. He's got a few starts in this tournament, best of 46. And it's going to be spin. That's going to open the attack. Ashan Priyanjan. 122 matches, that's a decent T20 career. A lot of other cricket to go along with that. Mohammad Ashraful has just arrived in Sri Lanka, his first hit out for the side, and he's got a century on Test debut, wait for it, at the age of just 16 years of age. That was here in Sri Lanka in Colombo. So it's one thing making your debut on a Sachin Tendulkar at the age of 16. It's another thing getting 100 at the age of 16 on debut.
Definitely lots of talent. And mind you, he was playing with bowlers alike of Muralidharan and Chaminda Vas.
He doesn't hang around. Not this fella. If you pitch it up, he'll hit you back over your head. If you're slightly short, he's quick enough to rock back and pierce that offside field.
He just had enough room, and that length was very poor from Ashan Priyanjan, and Ben Dunk needs no second invitation.
Well, this is not where the Colombo Lions have had a problem. They've been okay at the top. They've always got off to rollicking starts, mostly because of this man, and then they've just fallen away. This was nearly the end of him.
At the moment it felt, oh, that one.
That's a great shot. Created his own room.
Just not the length that Priyanjan should be bowling with Ben Dunk. If you look for room and that pace that Priyanjan bowls, he has all the time to adjust himself and get it. Brendan Taylor is just a spectator from behind the wickets.
Lots of batting. Jesse Ryder, Asghar Afghan, Rob Freiling, Naroz Mangal from Afghanistan, Enamul Haq, Bangladesh as well. But it just has not fired, this batting unit. End of the first, 11 without loss.
Center, sir. Center, correct, center.
Just looks like ideal conditions for water skiing enthusiasts. Do they water ski here in Sri Lanka?
Yes, we do have. But not in this part of the country.
That river just looked nice and flat, barely a ripple on it. And those who like to water ski don't like choppy water. They like it nice and flat.
Sri Lanka is more famous for whitewater rafting in places like Kitulgala.
That'll be a wide. Anarit sharing the new ball here with Priyanjan. He hasn't been too bad actually for the Devils.
I feel that he's been the pick of the Devils bowler. He's got wickets, especially in the power plays. He's picked up wickets in the batting power play as well. He's been decent with the ball.
He tends to just drift it in. Just a little bit of swing back into the right-hander.
Well, Henry started off well, but the Lions need big overs. And he's starting off chasing a big target with a big required run rate.
Well, you can understand him having a look here, Mohammad Ashraful, because he's just arrived here in Palakere, but he can't look for too long because the required run rate is already above 13. It's an enormous run chase. The Devils have made a score of over 160 before and failed to defend it. Oh, there's a big shout from Anarit, but the umpire's unmoved and Taylor wasn't interested either. But there was some movement through the air.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Ashraful might have been a trifle late in getting forward to that, but that movement, he swung back very late. He clipped his pad on the way. Good decision.
Yeah, it certainly hit him in line, but the movement would have taken it down the leg side. Four. Clever. They needed that. They need to get a start.
Very smartly done. I feel that he made up his mind before the bowler had delivered that, because he knew that the final was up in the circle, and used the pace and that slight movement that Alfred gets into the right-hander to just get that to the boundary.
Plenty of support here for the Devils. They haven't had much to smile about over the course of the competition, but maybe today. So change of field. Deep third comes up into the circle and fine leg drops back onto the boundary. That's a big wide.
Second wide in this over from Anarit. The bent dunk, as you said, has got a few starts, got a few knocks at the top, but he's not been able to really go on. That's been why the Colombo Lions have not got big totals.
No, 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 no. These are free runs. These are free runs.
We talked about Henry being one of the best bowlers in the tournament, but he started off pretty badly here today. So far, it's going to be a 9-ball over, and that will get them five runs coming in on that. So he's given 7 runs, 7 extras so far in this over.
shot. Good shot. Hit it right on top of the bounce.
This is turning out to be a very expensive over. Unread this time. Giving room for Ben Dunk. He loves it in that area. He's very strong square of the wicket.
He's going to have to bat deep into this innings if they're going to chase down this enormous total. Change of angle. That'll be 4 more. The change of angle does not work for Anarit. That is a big over. 12 balls gone, 31 without loss. Well, there's the reason why the Devils and the Lions find themselves occupying the bottom 2 positions on the ladder. Their economy rate, they're just genuinely very, very expensive. Gave himself room outside leg stump to slap that away for 4.
That boundary once again in that previous over.
Nagendra Chaudhary. Little seamer. He's got some work to do. His teammates are going the distance. Priyanjan went for 10. Anarit went for 20. Yeah, that's more like it. That's what you would hope that Ashraful does, is that while he gets a feel of this playing surface and these playing conditions, that he just gets Dunk on strike. Very picturesque part of Sri Lanka. It's just a bit unfortunate we haven't been able to do any of the amazing touristy things that are on offer here because of the double headers each and every day for 12 straight days. But there will be many more times when we visit this lovely country and I'll be able to experience it. Did we expect anything else from Ben Dunk? That's a big one over mid-wicket, but unfortunately it's put down by a spectator, so there'll be no dish out of cash just yet.
There you go. Ben Dunk, he's got powerful hands. He just can get you out of the lines very comfortably.
Now he has a chance. Who wants it? Taken. Just for a moment there you thought he had lost his bearings, but the catch was taken. Nagendra has a wicket and it is the dangerous Ben Dunk that is gone.
It's not easy for the fielder. That one went a mile up, but he made sure he kept his eyes on the ball and manages to hold on to that. Nagendra Chaudhary picks up a very important wicket, that of Ben Dunk. He departs for 22. The Lions are 38 for 1. So the captain makes his way out to the centre. Will definitely have to play the knock of his life here to get to that total.
He hasn't had the best of tournaments, Asghar Afghan, but he is a clean striker of the ball. This is a good catch. Rianjan steadies himself, then just for a moment thought, oh, he's lost his bearings here, but he clings on, he hugs on to the ball. But a very important wicket here for the Devils. Yep, he's a good player, Asghar Afghan, all format player, but he just hasn't found his timing yet. Maybe today. Now then, how do they go about chasing this? Ryder can hit him, Fryland can hit him. Mungal's really troubled the scorers. Asghar Afghan can hit him, but he hasn't yet. That is close. That is very, very close. I think he's going to get away with it because he advanced down the wicket, but it's not a bad shout at all. So that's the end of 18 deliveries, 38 for 1.
For 1 is the reply from Colombo Lions. It's chasing. They need another 152 or 72. It's a big task. They need 191 to win. It's Spin. Iqbal Abdullah. He's been somewhat high on the economy in this series.
Yes, indeed. Very nice. One more.
He's got a slip in place.
4 over power play. 3 out or 2 out? 3 out. 3 allowed? Yeah. 3 now.
Just some minor adjustments to the field. Yeah, the sweepers come up.
And next power play, 3 out.
Brendan Taylor just assisting Ashraful with some of the new rules and regulations here in the 90 ball format. This is your last 6 balls of the power play, sir. So if you're going to swing, now's the time.
But Ashraful has been just nudging it around. He's got 8 of 9. Coming to these two, I think African might be the player who really want to swing his arms around. It's a long off and a deep mid wicket, the two boundary riders in the power play.
His favourite area, Asghar Afghan, is around about straight over the bowler's head and then all the way around to deep mid wicket. That's his area. He likes to try and go straight, and if he drags it, well, that's okay.
Run, boys.
You'll feel he missed out there.
Just wasn't able to find the gap. I thought he got enough timing on that.
Oh, that's the area he likes, but it'll fall just short of mid-on. Just short. It's the captain, Callum Ferguson, I think.
He was looking for the elevation, but didn't get it. Couldn't get underneath it.
Stay near.
Fell in front or just short.
Good over, boy. Good.
This is good bowling. This is good stuff from Abdullah. He's just conceded only 2 runs in this over.
Yeah, that Ferguson opportunity there, he thought it was carrying comfortably to him on the 30-yard circle, and when he realised that he was just too late. Now there's a wicket. There's a wicket. It was a good over, this, a really good over from Abdullah. Deserves the wicket. The Lions are stumbling here. They've lost their second.
Ashraful was trying to go extra cover, but just found the fielder at one. And that is the end of Mohammad Ashraful. He departs for 8. It's 40 for 2 at the end of the 24th ball.
So 2 wickets to go. That's the end of the bowling power play. Another section of the innings gone. Going at 10 and over. Required rate 13.6. Ros Mangal to the crease. And this is why he's there. Foolish delivery. Ashraful trying to hit it over extra cover. A really sharp catch behind point by Praveen. And Ashraful's innings come to an end. Gone for 8. Now the 2 Afghanistani players out in the centre have got so much work to do here.
Hold on. He's there, given.
Praveen's just taken that catch, is going to roll the arm over now as well. Another left arm orthodox.
I'm afraid the Colombo Lions have just continued to struggle in this tournament. They haven't got their act together. They haven't got the team right. The combinations have been rather weak. Batting hasn't really clicked. So it's been, the problems have been compounded.
Big stroke. He's dragged it wide of long on. And that is a much needed boundary. He used to get a little bit of momentum in his team's batting innings. They're just losing wickets. Quick succession on 38 and 40, so this is an important partnership for the Colombo Lions. Nicely bowled, just sliding in with the arm, not looking to really turn it a huge amount. It's a standard sort of field setting. They've got 2 behind point for the right-handers.
Slightly off. Okay.
Yeah, they require something really big from here. They need quick runs, because 145 of 63 balls in a 90-ball game, that's asking for a lot when the required rate is around 14 runs and over. So every dot ball, every over without a boundary or 2 are going to compound the problem of the Colombo Lions. As it is, they're in a huge hole.
Bowled, and just can't afford to have a look for very long. A couple of dots. He's 6 off 10. He needs boundaries. Needs a couple of boundaries every over at the very least. That's what he has to do. Use of the feet. That's the way to do it now. So a 4 and now a 6 to finish the over. 52 for 2. Colombo Lions were 52 for 2. They are 52 for 2, excuse me. And Delhi were 54 for no loss. So a couple of wickets worse off, and Van Wyk was taking it to them at this stage. So 12 off the last over. Afghan decided enough's enough here. Use of the field, and Absolutely, one of the best shots he's hit all tournament. A real confidence booster to go on now and make it something big.
At this stage, take a look at that. Good use of the feet. But at this stage, it looks pretty, I would say, respectable for Colombo Lions, because when you compare them with Delhi, 54 without loss, 52 for 2, but this was the time that the Delhi Devils started to break loose.
Earlier on when they were batting, the Lions really did struggle out in the centre. Pradeep Sangwan, left arm seamer. It's his first bowl this evening. Big shot just for one, but earlier on the Lions in the field, they're wilting in the heat and the pressure. Van Wyk and Ferguson really was too much for them.
Yeah, they were completely taken apart by the Delhi batters. 189 for 1 was a very fine, awesome performance by the Delhi batters for the first time in the tournament.
It's their last game, second last game for both of these sides. They still have another game to go each. But this is the bigger one really, to ensure your opposition this evening ends up at the bottom of the log.
Well, the game is of academic interest, but then certainly both teams should be playing for their pride. They got names, they got players with pedigree, and they would always want to give a good account of themselves. Even though they are retired and not actively involved in cricket, they still have a reputation. Now, if you look at the points table, Delhi and Colombo, they're right at the bottom, wooden spoonies, so to speak. So a win here would be a consolation.
Big shot finally comes, fielder. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant running catch. That's one of the best we've seen the entire tournament. Athleticism out of this world. Absolutely brilliant.
That is Malhotra. That was into the pitch, bowled into the pitch, that is. Ran around, two-handed, almost lost it. Held on to it with his fingertips, but eventually ended up as a very, very good catch. So, Navroz Mangal goes again for 3 or 4. He hasn't had a good tournament. 56 for 3.
That's a brilliant catch in the deep. Malhotra, he had a good little cameo up front. Gave them a lovely start along with Van Wyk in the power play. And now takes a lovely catch as Robert Fryling enters the fray. 5 matches, 43, a best of 30. That was in the previous game. Coming in at number 5, so he steadily got higher up in the order. But another look at the wicket. Sangwan Mangal pulling it across onto the leg side, and a really well-judged catch. Well, very great effort to get to that ball in the first place, and just in those fingertips are just stuck in his hand and held on as he hit the ground.
See, what's so great about these catchers, I think, is that these legends, I don't know whether they're paying enough attention to their fielding. They may not be doing fielding at all. So in such a situation, to run in, make a good stop or take an outstanding catch is always commendable. I mean, you wouldn't have that same amount of effort that you put into your bowling and batting at practice.
Oh, big appeal, big appeal. That would have pitched outside leg stump, but it's gone over the wickets. The over up 56 for 3.
Captain will just cross there for the bound, right? Just have it to the cross.
Look at Mangal, the man to go in the last over. Brilliant catch off the bowling of Sangwan. Not a huge amount of batting left. Ryder, who's been searching for runs in this tournament, hasn't got too many of them, and they're after Huck, so not a lot of batting to come. A lot relies on this partnership at the moment between Afghan and Freiling. Abdullah, he's been called back into the attack. Just trying to make a couple of changes to the field, last minute adjustments. And that's the problem. Afghan would like to play ultra aggressive, but every time he starts looking to be aggressive, he loses a partner. Another look at the last ball, previous over. Hitting the hat of the pad, but pitching outside and goes over the stumps. It's a better stroke, but just a single, so that's the problem. Too many dots and singles. The required rate, almost 15.5.
See, one thing that the Delhi Devils appear to be doing better than the Colombo Lions are that they're bowling to their field. They got their fielders in the right places. And even short deliveries, those pull shots have been very well covered by the field placing. Colombo Lions all over the place. Little chip down to long on. It is over long on for 6. This is Freiling.
He really kept the fielder interested and the bowler. I thought he just held out straight to the fielder, but it just got over him about a metre or two. Didn't advance down. Just a short arm jab really was all it took. Very wristy stroke. You bring out the reverse slap this time, Freiling. No run.
See, that's the problem now. They've got 7 runs, but 2 dots in it of the first 4. So their rate of scoring will continue to climb. Now it's over 15.
Bit slow through the air this time, and I thought Van Wyk, who's sprinting into shot there, he was excellent between the wickets when he batted. He ran singles, he ran twos, absolute live wire. Now in the deep, he's moving around there. Very, very good work from him. Oh, he saw him coming there and pushed it out wide, so clever bowling to end the set of 6. 65 for 3. If you're tuning in, Devils batting first, 189 for 1 with Van Wyk and Ferguson, the superstars of that first innings, and now the Lions in their reply, needing 15.5 and over, in all sorts of trouble here. Big shot, he has latched onto that one for 6. First ball of the over goes all the way.
Asghar Afghan has been the only batter that has looked attacking, aggressive. Yes, Freiling had a 6, but he's always looked to take on the bowling. And he's hit some really good shots in his short innings. He's hit 2 6s and a 4. 1 straight over the bowler's head against a spinner, and now a pull.
Pulled again, fielder running around. 2 of them, and just the single in the end, and he is enjoying that area, just stepping back and trying to slap it over mid-wicket. He hit it so well the previous ball.
Yeah, the timing was a little bit array that time. Now, right, he's found a friend. Alan Wilkinson has found a friend, a lost friend. Again, that short arm, just forcing it.
He's got a lot of fans, does Alan Wilkins, around the world. Eight off 3 balls here. Back on strike as the skipper. Just a bit late on that and a dot ball. So change of pace from Sangwan, really well utilised.
See, one thing, as far as the Delhi Devils are concerned, they got runs on the board. They got scoreboard pressure. So they know that every dot ball is going to add on to the pressure. So they do understand where this game is. So it is for the Colombo Lions to really make things happen. And that's not happening, sadly. They aren't able to force the pace. They aren't able to force the issue here.
Let's see what Freiling does for the seamer. A little chip shot. And it's gone for 4, so a poor piece of fielding. The bowler came for a short run-up. Freiling slapped it for 4. 78 for 3. A disappointing fielding there to end that over. Some trouble out there for the Lions, and it's time for the strategic timeout.
$16 and over, that's what's required. 16 and over. Well, they've got a big hitter in Robbie Freiling at the wicket. He finished the last over with a boundary. Asghar Afghan seems to have found the middle of the bat, so maybe a miracle is on the cards.
This is the next game, match number 19. It's the Dubai Giants taking on the Rajasthan Kings. It's going to be a very important game for both teams as they battle it out for a place in the top 2.
Dave Houghton, ex-Zimbabwean captain, international, coach of the Dubai Giants. There they are, the squad that have performed very, very well.
Late.
Singles ain't going to win it, gentlemen. We've got to get a move on here. We need a couple of boundaries, at least 2 boundaries and over.
All will depend on Freiling. Down the wicket he comes, but again, very well bowled.
Oh no, the spin's done them all. That'll go for 4.
Afghan will get a boundary. They need a lot more of those. They need a lot more of those. Look at the spin. It normally spins the other way, but it really didn't spin as the fielder might have expected it.
just sort of shot off the surface.
Nice, boys.
Still that run rate climbs. Even if you hit fours and then singles to follow, the run rate goes up.
Catch! Is he trying to get up? One ball, Trev. Sorry, mate.
John, what's your major? He's trying to get out. Watch it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now this is what he can do.
Really gave it the charge. It's the end of the over. It's 92 for 3.
Long way behind where they need to be. They need a few really big overs. Look, anything's possible in this shortest version of the game.
He gave it the charge. He definitely gave it the charge.
Well, there's plenty of opportunities for the those who've come to the ground to watch these legends play the game. There's plenty of opportunities to take some catches in the crowd and win the prize money that's on offer for anyone who does take a catch. I've seen a couple of attempts, but they've all gone down. Right, Unnery back into the attack. He's bowled just the one over, and he went the distance. And there were some wides thrown in there as well. Taken. That's the end of Freilich. He just flipped it up in the air and said, somebody catch it.
It's been a poor shot. He didn't try to hit it with a lot of power. He just tried to chip it over. But he only found a field in the deep. So Robert Freilich is out for 14. It's 92 for 4, the Lions. Jesse Ryder, another powerful hitter on the cricket ball, but he's not had a good outing so far in this series. And he's here because of this. Robbie Freilich, he was looking, to me, it looked more like a hockey scoop.
Yeah, he's such a powerful man, Robbie Freilich. I'm not sure why there's no real swing of the willow. It's almost as if giving catching practice. Oh, that was nearly a first baller for Jesse.
Just not had a good tournament, Jesse Ryder. Played down the wrong line again. Great Singh. He's now got a wicket.
His eyes just trying to get accustomed to the light. This is arguably the worst time to bat, when the sun is just starting to disappear. So the lights don't quite have the same effect on the ground as when it's in complete darkness. must be happy because their team's performing well today, not because their team's performed well over the course of the tournament. It's been a real struggle for the Devils, but they finally arrived with 3 days of the tournament remaining. It's one for the over. Askar Afghan was hoping for a wide on height.
Coming back to that topic, HD, about the lights coming on, but I feel that one of the greatest innovations from the human to fight against nature is to make the night look like day with the lights on.
That's why I'm surprised Robbie Freiling didn't want to spend more time at the wicket with the amount of time that South Africa is in darkness at the moment, with all the power cuts that they're having there. The wetlands. Now, there's many staff in our crew who like to get the old camera out and enjoy the wildlife, taking beautiful photographs. Settling down for the night. Nature at its best. So we're going to get a change of angle here around the wicket. Anarit. Cover comes up. No. The umpire stopped play because Morne van Wyk was scurrying in from the sweeper boundary, but he was there. He really was.
Interesting field for Anrit Singh. The 5 out of the 5 fielders, 4 men on the on, are all boundary riders. He's going round the wicket.
That's a wide. That's a wide.
Well, you couldn't blame Anrit for trying to bowl on that line, because if you see his boundary riders, all 4 of them are on the on side.
He's going to be accurate. He's going to have to be accurate, otherwise he'll bowl all night. And that is brilliantly bowled. So that's the end of 60 balls, 95 for 4. Are there any sort of predators that are in the hills of Kandy?
You might get, maybe on the river banks, you might get. But I think these birds, they're accustomed to where they rest in the night, because we've seen this picture a lot. But this is beauty. This is beautiful, isn't it? Nature at its best.
Big game coming up. Dubai Giants taking on the Rajasthan Kings. An opportunity to go to the final, to secure enough points and a good enough net run rate to take one of those teams to the final. I'm not sure we would see that here. If we did see it here, I think we'd all be a little bit disappointed. Oh, turn, spin.
Abdullah did get some purchase off that one.
And that one just squatted a little bit. Right, Jesse, let's see the best of you. We were used to seeing such a free-flowing player in his youth. A very popular player amongst his teammates.
This is good stuff. Abdullah has been good. Looking for that block hole. Beaten in flight.
Oh no, oh no, he's held out. Jesse Ryder, before long off had taken the catch, Ryder was already making his way off the ground.
Well, he had to reach for it, try to take it from wide of the off stump and go down long off, but very well done. Abdullah picks up a wicket. He's second. Jesse Ryder walks back for one. It's 96 for 5. Raina, he's the new batter in, and he's here because this happened in the previous delivery. Jesse Ryder.
अजान का टाइम 6 अजान होगा 6:19 को अभी 10 मिनट है कौन क्या
Slip comes in. Naeem is the new man from Pakistan. Well, they need 22 and over. Forward defences are not going to get them close. 96 for 5.
Batting power play. Yeah, what? Yeah, batting power play.
96 for 5, and the Lions really staring at the water. 24 balls to go. It's going to be the batting power play. Now this means that the batting side has said we'll make advantage of the batting power play in the sense that only 3 fielders can be in the outside the inner circle. So technically that gives them an advantage.
And it's important that Afghan is on strike and he can make the most of this fielding restriction. He's called for a helmet now. Sangwan, his 12 balls, 1 for 17. He got hold of him earlier on, hitting him over mid-wicket for a massive 6 earlier on, and it looks like they'll have a fielder posted in that position. Deep mid-wicket, long on and long off seem to be the fielders they're going to use. They only allowed 3 out the ring here, and they've got far too many out the ring at this point.
Well, one of them's got to come inside the circle, and I think it looks like it's going to be third up inside the circle. So once they get the mathematics right, we can resume play. Pradeep Sangwan, left arm. That's a wide.
That offside field is up in the ring. They've got the leg side boundary riders, and he's trying to bowl it just inside the wide line because he knows Afghan's looking to pick it up leg side. Afghan hasn't really looked when he wants to go big anywhere near the offside, so that's where he's targeting.
Oh, that's a great hit. This is onto those grassy banks. That's a really powerful hit from Asghar Afghan. Brings up the 100 for the Lions.
This is what they needed. Him on strike. Naeem's just faced none of 2 balls. This is why they need him on strike for every delivery that they can manage. At the moment, the required rate 23 to the over, so he's got to go at it every single ball here. Slight change in the field. Mid-off up and deep point now posted.
Three fielders maximum. This over is taking an age. Well, that's one of them. Long off. And
middle.
it's just getting a bit silly now. I'm afraid it's just taking too long. This over, they've only bowled 3 balls. Direct hit, and Naeem was a goner.
Naeem trying to just tip and run and get off strike, and he backed up a long way, so it was a pretty close call. That Van Wyk with a left-handed throw at the stumps. He's just taking a moment to pull himself together here. He really had to get his skates on there, check the old hamstrings are still going. He's on strike again. He's got to go big here, every single ball.
Great shot. Over she goes, straight onto those cushions. And we're going to have another delay now while the umpires decide whether it's 4 or 6.
He's got to bowl full and wide with this field setting. He's bowled it right in the slot. It's a little bit tricky.
That's 4. It's bounced up onto those cushions.
Certainly a bounce before. So that seems pretty conclusive as they mull over it. Boundary 4 is the result. Straight up in the air. Who wants it? Brendan Taylor. Out. So the skipper goes for 49, 1 short of the half century, and he had to have a go at every single delivery, and he perishes in the cause. Short of a length delivery, and rushed him. He splashed it. Brendan Taylor circled underneath it, and safely pouched. So another hammer blow to Colombo Lions' hopes of chasing this down. Skipper Asghar Afghan gone for 49. Lions 109 for 6. So still 81 needed, 19 balls remaining. 25.5 to the over required here, so all but futile at the moment. Dylan Tussara, out he goes into the centre. Best of 48 for him.
Yeah, here he gives it a bit of a crack down the order. He's coming in at 8. This ball went up a long way from Asghar Afghan. He's tried to hit this over long on. It was a bit too tall on him, and he knew straight away that it went straight up. Good catch from Brendan Taylor.
Last delivery in the batting power play. Edged and no slip in position, and Taylor's not going to reach that, so boundary to end the over. 17 off it, 113 for 6. So the Lions chasing valiantly here, but they've lost 6 wickets. They still need 77 from the final 18 balls. It looks like spin again. Abdullah's going to be the man that bowls the 4 over. Compulsory spell. He's been excellent. He's been really good. Not quite supported in the field, but Abdullah's done a really good job so far. 2 wickets already. Another look at the 4 runs.
Middle stump, middle stump. Maybe stay here. Yes, you're hit past, it's fine. Have some time more. Yeah.
Oh, he looked like he bowled the old leg spinner there. He's giving us the full array here at this point, bowling into a couple of batters that aren't quite top of the batting rankings, are they?
No, they're not. I don't mind that. They want 28 runs and over, so why not do it? What they need to do is just get a couple of spinners on, just get through the overs, because this is quite beyond the Lions at 30 runs and over.
Catch it!
Should be gone for 4.
I said he can hit it, and that looked pretty decent. Abdullah trying a few leggies here, left arm leg spinners. Keen to show us the full array there. He doesn't bowl those too many times through the second one this over, so his confidence must be high. But that could dampen his mood a little bit, that shot. Oh, there's a regular off spinner. So they're trying hard. They've only got 6 or 5 balls here, so they're trying ever harder, but they aren't really going anywhere. There we go. That's a big one. Right onto the banks to finish, so that's what they need more of. A bit of a smile and end of the over. 125 for 6.
So 65 more runs required. I'm afraid it's going to be a grandstand finish, maybe from Naeem. We'll have 4.
Well, he's walked in and he's given it the long handle. This is what they needed from ball 1. No frills, no fuss, just swing hard. The middle to top order has fiddled around a little bit. I would like to have seen a bit more intent from them.
Oh, no bowling, man. Praveen, good buddy.
Praveen Gupta, left arm spinner. Just delays things as well when there's a left hand and a right hand.
Just one, Ami. Well done, buddy.
Now I'm getting a bit cute with that one. The left-hander to Sorry, it must have been good to watch him walk in and absolutely try and smash every single delivery he faces. Yep. Not always pretty, but that's pretty. That's great shot, all the way.
The Tussauds has gone very quickly to 20 from 8. He's going to enjoy himself out here tonight. Decent looking shot. Should have come in earlier. How about another one? He's trying. He's trying. Don't think he's got enough. Yes, he has. He's got 6 more.
Another swing. Hits with a spin. I tell you, he's manufactured that. A shot from well outside the off stump, and Van Wyk didn't quite know where the boundary rope was there. He was expecting it a bit closer to him. In the end, misjudgment, and goes all the way.
Bad luck. That's bad luck from Van Wyk. That's really difficult. He might well have done a mischief here. He might well have done some damage to a finger. 144 for 6.
Lefty coming around. Righty is over.
It's going off. Van Wyk's going off. Six balls to go, and it's going to be Anurit Singh, who's picked up 1 for 23, so he's got a chance here just to add to his wicket tally. He's had a pretty good tournament, Anurit Singh. I'm amazed how the way he loads up. He's just very casual.
Yeah. One boy.
He's gloved this. He was not in a good position to play that swivel pull. But these are good runs from Tussauds, coming in down the order at 8.
Yeah, he's had a full go at it. Naeem hasn't faced too much, but Tussauds, when it's in his half, he's very happy with it. That last ball, yeah, he didn't deal too well with it at all. Got rushed, and I think if the bowler gets another opportunity, he's going to look upstairs again. A lot of time being taken for this field to be set correctly. Again.
Anurit Singh is determined to pick up another wicket here before the end. 3 balls to go. The game is gone for the Colombo Lions. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Uses anti-security. Look at it. Look where he is. Is he standing there?
What Sullivan? Yeah. Sullivan.
2 balls to go.
One above.
Now, if I was Anurit Singh, I'd turn around there and I'd just turn my arm over, because they've both these sides have got a match tomorrow. I'd be conserving my energy.
Is that what it is?
So just these last few runs from this partnership, 37 from 18. Anurit Singh, he's got 1 more ball to see if he can get another wicket. 1 for 25 in his 17 balls. He's bowled well. And it's Tushara. Can he finish with a grandstand blow? Yeah. 3 4s, 2 6s. He's made his presence felt. Bowled. Really well bowled, Anurit Singh. Got the Yorker in. It's the end of the innings. And the Lions 147 for 6. Delhi Devils have beaten the Colombo Lions by 42 runs.
There's been a bit of light at the end of the tunnel for the Devils. They've played the complete game today. They batted first, 189 for 1. They dominated from ball 1. Since that moment, that opening partnership, they haven't looked back. Colombo Lions remain winless through the tournament, and some smiles are finally returning to the Delhi Devils team and the squad that's out here today. A couple of changes. Not a couple of the big players, Van Wyk in particular, Ferguson, Taylor, they all stood up and put in a great performance. It hasn't been there throughout this tournament, but tonight it all linked up together beautifully. So 49, the lone hand from Afghan and Dunk early on. In that middle order, really, nothing really took place at all. They lost their way and the quiet rate kept on rising. But Tushara at the end, 29 of 13 with 3 4s and 2 6s. Gave a bit of rear guard action.
Yeah, the bowlers all travelled just a little bit. Anurit was pretty useful. Just 26 runs off his 18 deliveries. Priyanjan bowled just the 1 over. Nagendra just 1 over. Abdullah 24 overs, 24 runs, 2 wickets. Praveen was expensive. He went for 15. And Sangwan 18 balls, 2 for 34.
So summary of the match, 18 Devils, 189 for 1. Van Wyk, Ferguson, brilliant partnership. And wonderful innings, as well as Lions. Now 42 short. So totally outplayed. But now it's time to go to Ashi. Let's see who she's chatting to.
Playing for pride is exactly what happened here today at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium between Delhi Devils and Colombo Lions. And right now I'm joined by Monique van Wyk. First of all, congratulations on your victory today. Playing for pride and also for points. What do you think about this victory? Also gaining the 2nd highest score of the tournament thus far.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it was important for us to get that first one on the board. Yeah. Like you said, we're all ex-professional sportsmen, so we'll always have that pride of wanting to do our best here. And we've been quite close in a couple of games this competition, and could have been different at stages. But still, you know, that first win generally is the hardest, and we'll take it whenever it comes. And you know, we've worked hard, we've tried hard, so we're happy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And also talking about today's match, throughout this tournament you've been in very good form, but carrying the bat throughout the innings today must have been a great feeling, yeah?
It stays a great feeling. Like I said, we might arrive here a little bit rusty, but that part of you that knows the game will always be with you. And I did feel I had a couple of starts this competition and just didn't quite convert, and maybe a little bit unlucky at stages as well. But you get a swing going and middling a couple and putting an innings together like that is still a great feeling.
And towards the latter part of the match, we saw you stepping out. Were you injured, or what really happened to your finger?
Unfortunately, going for that catch just got stuck in the ground, so a finger popped out, dislocated.
Oh, okay.
Had to quickly put it back and then tape it up. Hopefully it's not too serious.
Hope it'll be a soon recovery as well. Now, taking things forward, talking about your team, has it been really hard to adapt to this format in this tournament?
It's been a fun format. It's the first time I've played it and I've really enjoyed it. But of thinking to do with the power plays, it's a short power play. You've got to come out and hit the ground running, and that middle period's missing. So you've got a lot of hitting up front, and then you've got to get up into the gears later on quickly as well. So it's been fun, and I think a format our change room has enjoyed. And there's opportunities for bowlers as well if you're smart and you execute well. So it rewards both skill sets.
And also John upstairs was saying that you must be missing your Brian Burrows back at home in South Africa, yeah?
I'm definitely going to have a couple when I go back, but when I'm here, I'm not afraid of the local cuisine. I enjoy a bit of spice to my food. I think John doesn't really enjoy that, so he's maybe missing the braai a bit more. No, but the cuisine here and these parts of the world are fantastic. I've not missed the food back home for a second. I've enjoyed myself.
All right, thank you very much for joining, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And back to you, Combs.
Yeah, Morne van Beek picked up that dislocated finger at the end there, but it's the Devils who have won their first match in the Colombo Lions, but they've got another chance tomorrow to open their account on the final day of the league. Coming up though, we've got the Dubai Giants against the Rajasthan Kings, and a win for Kings. If they get a very good net run rate, in fact it's superior to the Giants right now, they could go second. We'll take a break, back for the presentation.